6.
Yeah. Well, it says meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
And it's loading on my screen, so we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, I do believe
It's still loading.
we're loading. And have you switched me over to the thing?
I'm doing that right now.
All right.
I'm
Hi,
going to
everybody.
make you a
Yes.
host.
Okay.
Change host. There we go.
Good evening. Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is Funky Dog Theater's Saturday night show. It's called Storytime. And we're very excited that you're joining us. Hopefully people are joining us right now. I can't be more excited to be able to present with you guys in this sort of lockdown situation. We're doing the show here from Funky Dog Theater. See behind me? It's a lie. I'm actually in my room. I'm actually not wearing pants. But that's not what's important. What's important is that you are here, and tonight we're going to put on a show for you. Tonight's show, as you'll see later, is called Storytime. And Storytime is going to be based on a completely improvised story that we're going to make up with the players tonight that the My Weird Uncle team of the Funky Dog Theatrical Improv Show, theater, thing, place. And so I hope you're prepared for that. Everything that you see tonight will be made up on the spot. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to turn out. And that's just the way we like it here at Funky Dog. And we are excited to have you here. So as people start joining us on YouTube Live, I think it's YouTube. Yeah, sure. And we're Zoom streaming. Is that a word? Is that a thing? Zoom streaming? Well, we're Zoom streaming and to YouTube Live. And so please come on. We cannot see, the performers cannot see. We have somebody hosting the YouTube stream. So they are going to moderate for us. And occasionally we won't be able to see what you're saying, but we're going to play together. And tonight we have, like I said, it's the My Weird Uncle troupe. And let me introduce those players for you tonight. Tonight, we have me. My name's Kraz. It's very nice to see you. It's a big lie. I can't see you, but it's very good that you're here with us. I'm Kraz. Also joining us tonight is Pete. Hi, Pete.
Good evening.
Pete will be joining us. Also joining us tonight will be Jessica. Jessica's come on in to visit us as well.
Hey, guys.
All right. And Jessica's her roommate, whatever, husband, person, John.
What up, everybody?
John will be playing with us today too. Also, we have joining us is Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
All right. And also, last but not least, our theatrical director. It's Holly. Hi, Holly.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see
Hi, Holly.
everyone today.
All right. So without too much further ado, we're going to begin our show. Let me just make sure the time. Are we right on time? We're a little early.
You're at 7:59. You're early, Kraz. You're early.
So I didn't tap dance quite long enough. So hey everybody. Hi, My Weird Uncle. It's great to see you guys again and have you in the same room together.
Yes.
Hi, Kraz. From what I can see, Kraz, we have 6 watching.
6. Well, we hope that there are going to be quite a few more joining us. So I'm all right with hanging out for a little bit before we start the show, just to see if we have more people joining us. So in the meantime, let me tell you that we are Funky Dog Theater, and we are not now, right this minute, performing in our theater space. Our theater space is in downtown O'Galley.
We don't normally perform here through our computers.
Not normally, but it may be a
normally.
new thing that we're going to start doing
For the
on
past
occasion.
few months.
Yeah. For the past few months we've been
Well,
doing this.
and for the past few years, we've been telling John that we've been performing remotely.
Yeah.
It just makes things easier for everyone.
It gets him out of his head. It's okay. It's just
Yeah, he looks like a commentator for the new sporting event or yeah.
Is this any better?
Yeah. He's an astronaut maybe.
Hello, everybody. John's here to perform improv for you.
Now you sound like an NPR commentator.
So what I was going to say is that we are not in our space that we usually perform in, but we need to keep that space open. So if you would like to kindly donate in lieu of a theater ticket price, which you would pay to come see a show live, if you would like to go into funkydogfl.com, that's www.funkydogfl.com. And there is a donation button. So feel free to donate to the cause. What that's going to help us do is open the doors back up, pay our rent, and we would like to add that second bathroom. Right now, you're in the privacy of your own home. You can go to the bar, your own bar, bring your own bottle, and go to your own bathroom. So, Funky Dog. Oh, Pete, you have to do number 2.
No, I was just saying I have 2 bathrooms in my apartment.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you
Ooh,
had to do
whoa,
another.
look, Pete's got 2
Whoa.
bathrooms.
Yeah.
Living
Okay.
large.
Ooh.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. So
Would
again,
you
what
like
we're
me to join you in there?
oh my goodness. So again, what we're doing tonight is story time. Story time is going to be a completely improvised story brought to you by the My Weird Uncle Troop from Funky Dog. And for us, it's a new format to play in this YouTube streaming arena and on Zoom. We've been running some shows, but we're very excited to have the team back together to perform this tonight. So I think we can go ahead and give her a start if you guys are good for that. I don't know. Is that okay?
Yeah,
I'm
we've
okay.
got.
We got 9 on. I'm okay starting.
Yeah.
Now 10. I see 10.
Oh.
Well,
Ooh.
you know what? Let's give it another. Let's hold the house for another 5 minutes. Is everybody okay with that? I certainly would like.
I'm okay with that.
I would
Another
like
5
to
minutes. Let's
do-
go.
So
I'm gonna hop off video and come back on when we're ready to start.
Pete's going to use one of his 2 bathrooms, apparently.
Yep,
Or maybe
that's
Ooh,
both
what's
of them.
fancy.
I'm
I
going
think
I'm gonna
to
do
use one of Pete's
2 in the number
bathrooms
1 bathroom.
also.
Number 1 bathroom.
To keep the audience entertained, each of us could tell one deep, dark secret from our lives that no one else knows.
Okay, Holly, go first.
Yeah, you're first.
Oh, I'm in for this one.
Dang it. I didn't anticipate that.
Go on.
Yeah.
I've got a couple I'm sorting through in my head right now.
Remember,
When
it's
I
on-
was in 2nd grade, they used to call me Holly McFartland.
Aw, where's that?
My maiden
cares
name is
emoji?
McFarland, for those who don't know.
I want to send you that new cares emoji from Facebook. That's the
I don't
smiley
have
face with the
that.
hug.
Do you have it?
It's on my Facebook.
I was not selected
Yeah.
to be one of the people that has it.
The first time I saw that on my phone, it looked like it was judging me and also bleeding from its chest.
I
It
don't
was
love
weird.
it. Yeah, not a fan.
Well, isn't that what caring means? To actually sort of judge you and bleed inside.
Literally
internally when you
rip
care
my
about
heart
someone.
out for you.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I don't know.
I have
Hey,
a secret.
Ross and
Uh-oh.
Colleen are watching. Hi, Ross and
John
Colleen.
John
Ross
says
and
he has.
Colleen.
John says he has a secret.
John, what's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
what's your secret?
I once knocked an elderly lady to the ground in the rain.
Okay, first
Let me guess, you were
impression.
like
I'm really
both of
glad
them.
that sentence end with an elderly lady in the rain, that you knocked her over. Because when you
Like
said
I-
you knocked an elderly
Oh, right.
lady,
Yeah, no, I knocked her to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So
purposefully?
6th grade, John, and to add a little context,
Here we go. Settle in, everybody. Settle
I
in.
reached my
Here we go.
full weight long before I reached my full height. I'll let that compute for a second there.
Hash,
Nice way
hashtag
of saying I was a
hashtag
fat
chubby kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So was I. It's okay.
so at our school, I went to a small school, like 500 kids for the whole high school.
Wow.
And then the middle school, add another 300.
Where does the old lady come in?
Yeah. Let's get to her.
Getting to that. Okay. So
Okay.
at our school, small school, all of the school buses lined up in 2 or 3 lines, like 3 lines, and they're real long lines. And it was raining. I was late to the bus, and I was running to my bus down this tight corridor of buses,
And she
And-
was looking at you wrong.
and I'm super fat, super fat, but I've got some momentum going, right? And I'm running down this corridor of buses, and
Oh,
out from behind one of the buses comes this old lady. I'll never forget. She had like a navy blue that kind of silky nylon type vest with the crosses sewn into it. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I'll never forget. And she just came out right in front of me, and I'm just booking it. And I'll never forget her face. It was like this. Ready? It was profile. So just
And you
Down
had inertia on your
on
side.
the
you know.
ground
Yeah.
in the rain, right in front of I just reached, my bus was right there. And Mrs. Purvis, that was her real name,
All right, Purvis.
driving the bus, was right there, saw the whole thing, and gave me the like total "what the hell is wrong with you" look. And yeah,
Local elderly woman dies from fat child in rain.
all I could do
Tonight
was,
Fat child wearing matching sweatsuit.
Local
running in
local
rain.
curve women. They left off the IS as a typo on.
so there's my deep dark secret. Wherever that,
That was
lady
really
is, I'm
nice,
sorry.
John.
It was
She's
beautiful.
probably
Nice.
dead. She
That was
probably
nice.
broke her hip and died. But
No,
I
she
have-
died.
Oh,
She died from it. So that's on you.
Kraz, I would say like a minute and a half, and we gotta go.
Okay. Well, I don't say it's a deep, dark secret, but it's a new thing that I learned. If you can't sleep, it's worked for me. I'm not saying that it's scientifically founded or anything like that, but when you have a lot of going on in your mind, you can tap yourself to sleep. Now, before you judge me, is what you do. Yes, you start. You have deep breaths and you tap yourself on the third eye, right up here. Is it third eye? Right there, that chakra. And you at like a walk. Don't do too much right now because you'll fall asleep. But you do it like at
I'm
the
gonna
sound of
test it.
we'll try it tonight. But like
What if we all fall asleep right now?
we don't do
Pete!
it. But like a stopwatch,
Pete,
and then after like 10 really long, slow, deep breaths, you start slowing down your tapping. And keep that slow breathing going on until you eventually stop tapping and it resets kind of like your mental tap and you fall right asleep. But don't do it now. We want you to stay awake because we have Funky Dog story time for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going to happen is I would ask my cast to please turn their video off and we're going to begin the show in just a few seconds. So, I believe everybody is off but me and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Funky Dog Theater's Story Time. Performed to you, fully improvised. I'm going to turn the music off. What will happen this evening is we will tell a story, completely improvised. The characters will appear. Nothing has been written. We have no idea what's going to transpire, but we welcome you. I am your host, Krasarilius the Third or something. Tonight's story is called There's No Business Like Snow Business. There's No Business Like Snow Business, written by Funky Dog Theater. It was bleak and cold. It was Alaska, and Alaska can be very unforgiving in the winter. The small town of Fontaine, Alaska, was very remote and difficult to travel to. One needed to fly in to Fontaine, Alaska, using a small private plane, which must land upon the lake, the large lake Lake Fontaine. Lake Fontaine was surrounded by small huts and fishing shacks. Outside of the fishing shack circle lay Inuit igloos. And outside of that, no one knew. They were afraid to travel outside of the Inuit igloo village circumference in Fontaine, Alaska. We find ourselves stepping in to one of these Inuit Alaskan igloos where we saw, yes, Sandra Inuit was talking to Samuel Inuit.
Honey, did you start preparing the sockeye salmon fillets?
Oh, the sockeyes, honey, the sockeyes are filleted and they are ready for our consumption.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You know, I'm so glad I was able to grow this beard. I mean, this cold season, it's been the worst one we've had in decades.
She said.
I'm glad you appreciate your beard. I do not appreciate mine. My hormones and estrogen balance is off since 1957, and I can't stop it. I shaved this morning, hun.
Oh, but Sandra, I mean, you know, you look so attractive with it. Just know that beard or no beard, I still love you, and I'm gonna keep you warm at night.
On the corner of the igloo, being that it was actually a square igloo as opposed to your normal round igloo, there was a shelf, and on this shelf was a box. Sandra looked at the box sadly and approached it.
I have this
are you
for
gonna go in?
you.
Huh?
I have this for you.
For me?
I've been saving it, and I thought maybe you would be able to use it when you were ice fishing. It's my grandfather's fish hook.
Your grandfather's fish hook? Made of the sacred metal from the mountain? Oh, honey, I can't ask you to do that.
Inside the box was the largest, pointiest treble hook ever seen by either Sandra or Samuel. It was sharp and it was old, but it glistened with a magic like none had ever seen.
Honey, it's beautiful. I can't possibly fish with this.
You have to fish with it. It is the only way. It's the only way that we will be able to forage and live through the winter.
Oh, Sandy, you're so good to me. All right, I'll take it and I'll rig it on the tippet, and I've already drilled a hole with the auger, so we're ready to go. And wait a second. You hear that noise outside, honey?
I hear it.
Sounds like an
it.
engine.
Outside,
What?
an airplane engine. Outside of the igloo, bye Sonia, bye Samuel. Outside of the igloo was such a sound. It could have been a hurricane. It could have been a tempest. It could have been a blizzard, but it wasn't. It was one of the annoying planes that got people in and out of Fontaine, Alaska. And it was being flown by Mavis Purvis. Mavis Purvis was one of the long-standing citizens of Fontaine, Alaska. And Mavis was coming in hot. Next to her sat her co-pilot, Larrabee.
Oh, Larrabee. Oh, it's an icy one today. Yeah.
Oh, don't you know? I sure hope we don't skid down all the way down into the Inuits again like we did last time, eh?
Oh God, they get so mad. And I'm like, it's a house made of snow. Just pack it back together, right?
What do you expect? It's a house made of snow.
Right.
Ooh. Oh,
What?
oh,
Just-
you wanna bake it just a little bit more to the left. I mean,
Oh God, hold on. Let me adjust.
Just then, on the bank, the engine started to sputter. The engine went silent. Mavis was on her own.
oh,
Oh, that's not good, right?
I don't think it's good. I mean, the last time that happened, remember the last time that happened? Were you there?
No, what?
Were you there when Burvis McDermott, he
No,
cut
I
his
wasn't there
engine?
when Burvis.
You weren't there back when Burvis cut his engine and we just had to float. We just had to glide right down, right?
Oh God, hold on.
Come on, you know how to do this. You learned this in training.
Well,
Come on now.
I learned it in training. Training was 10 years ago. Hold on.
Yeah,
Burvis
it's like riding a bicycle.
tried desperately to adjust her knobs and her handles. Finally, grabbing a hold of the stick, she managed to stabilize the plane and glide it in smoothly on the
Oh.
frozen Lake Fontaine.
Okay. Oh,
Look at
now
that.
we're good.
Look at
God.
that. That
Oh,
came
that
right
would've been
back to
close.
you. Oh, that would have
Oh.
been close. Oh, but you did it. I had faith in you. No problems. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
what? Hey,
you hear that? You hear that screaming? It sounds like screaming.
Approaching the plane, screaming loudly, was Lake Fontaine's lifeguard, who
Oh.
usually sat on his lifeguard stand, but when it's frozen, he just gets angry. Bellows, Tommy Bellows, approached the plane.
oh, here we go. It's
Tommy,
that
here we
Bellows
go.
kid. God. Tom,
Can you hear him? I can't
Tommy,
hear
you
it.
gotta come out of your igloo if you want us to hear you.
It's more like a dense echo more than anything.
Tommy
Yeah.
Bellows ran back into his igloo to tie a scarf around his neck where he wouldn't be heard, but then ran back outside of the igloo to yell at Mervis and Larrabee.
God, this Tommy kid, I swear to God. All
What
the
the-
Am
time.
I out of it now?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's about time.
Yeah,
Jeez.
geez Louise. Come on.
What's your problem, Tommy? You know we can't hear you when you're inside your igloo.
Well, my
You're
problem
supposed to be
first of all,
lifeguard in the lake.
my problem first of all is the vortex of sound that happens right at the entrance. I'll just walk a little bit away from there and
You're just
and
waving your arms, Tommy. You're not
There we
even
go.
moving.
You're just
now. Now I've moved in front of the bookcase. Are you
And
happy?
Tommy remembered why he was out there yelling at
No,
them.
that's right. I remember now why I was yelling at you. This is a no-fly
Classic
zone,
Tommy.
you know. This is a no-fly zone
Since when?
since yesterday.
Tommy, we come in here every day with a boatload of people coming in and out of Lake Fontaine. And you're telling me that since yesterday, y'all changed the rules to make this a no-fly zone.
Well, you elected me mayor, the townsfolk elected me as such, and as such, I have passed an ordinance that says you can't fly over my igloo anymore.
Tommy Bellows had recently been elected as mayor to the town of Fontaine, Alaska, due to his fact that he had an amazing singing voice and could also tap dance. He was also not a bad actor. They call that a triple threat.
You don't
I
mess
knew
with
that
me.
I knew that was going to go to his head, Larrabee. I swear to God. I said, if these people go and elect this kid the mayor of the town instead of just lifeguard, he's going to showboat everywhere. I
Now
told you.
look here. Now look here. Is it just a no-fly zone over your specific igloo? Is that what we're saying here?
You know I'm standing right here next to you. I can hear everything you guys are saying about me, right?
Yes.
At that time, Mavis and Larrabee had exited the plane, tied it onto the dock, and began a face-off with Tommy.
You know the only way we can fly in here is over where your ding-dang igloo is. So until you move your igloo, I guess we have a standoff.
Are
We're
you
either coming in the
suggesting that the
no-fly
birds
zone-
can only soar over this one tiny spot over my land? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're saying that the lake is a no-fly zone, then yeah, we're just gonna land on your ding-dang igloo. How about that?
Oh, no, you can't do that. How am I supposed to play World of Warcraft?
Fontaine, Alaska was known for its amazing internet signal.
Okay.
We've got a
Okay.
tournament coming up this afternoon,
Oh, do ya? You got a
Indeed.
tournament.
and I can't hear any of the other players or the monsters or anything with the two of you buzzing around the top of my domicile. So that's why I've enacted a no-fly zone strictly over
We're-
my igloo.
We're bringing the populace into the town, okay? For tourism, for exports. So if you want your little town's economy to keep running so you can keep having services like internets, you're gonna allow us to fly somewhere, okay?
Let me tell you something about the world these days. Thanks
Go
to
ahead.
massively multiplayer games like Command and Conquer General Zero Hour and World of Warcraft, we don't need to have people in the town. We can all meet virtually and
Okay.
defeat orcs and collect gold nuggets or just maybe have some extra XP by defeating.
What's that?
kids.
Tommy, what's that in your hand? What are you holding? What's dribbled down the front of your chest? Huh?
What do you mean?
What is that? What's dribbled down the front of your chest? What are you currently holding in your hand? What's stuck in your beard right now, Tommy? What is that?
Tommy was afraid to explain what he had in his hand, but he had been caught guilty with it dribbling all over the front of his shirt.
All right, so it's seal blood, baby seal blood.
Oh
I
God,
knew it. I
Tommy.
knew it. You're out here protesting us doing a godly service, and you're out here clubbing baby seals.
A man's got to eat, and the Domino's is just not what it used to be.
So you'd rather have baby seal flesh than allow us to continue to keep the economy and commerce running and give yourself some real. In this plane, I got pineapples right
We
from
got-
Costa Rica.
We got all the
Okay.
supplies you need, Tommy, right here in this airplane. You don't need to club baby seals,
It's
man.
all right here.
What's the weight limit on that tiny plane? How do you have all those things?
You can carry 52 pineapples at a time. It's big.
And we're
looks
just
small.
supposed to subsist on pineapples alone, and I suppose
know, I
no
got some-
seal meat.
And
No,
there's
there's
some
some
Slim Jims
proteins.
and
Yeah,
peanuts.
we got some stuff. We got snacks. Whole plane of snacks.
Fontaine, Alaska was in a position that most of the days it was bright all the time. It was sunlight almost all the time during the summer for perhaps 9-10 months of the year. And this was no different. Fontaine, Alaska had been illuminated for the last 7 months. And then this Saturday, something amazing was going to happen. It was the city council meeting where all the city residents would come together and discuss what was happening. Currently, the native population, consisting of Sonia, Samuel, and some of their children and offspring, came to have grievances against the city council.
Sam, Samuel.
Yeah,
I don't like the city council. They're being ridiculous again, and we need to fight against them for
We do.
property, for sanctity, and the sanctity of our community.
we do. And I'd like to, present one matter to the floor, if my terminology is correct. Lately, our queen seal, Emma, has gone missing. And I've been nursing her through her pregnancy, and she's gone missing. This is very bad.
It was your
I
responsibility. It was
I miss her. Daddy, I miss her.
said Sonia and Samuel's small daughter, Ella.
Ella,
So-
we know you miss her. It was Daddy's responsibility to watch her.
Daddy's a loser.
I am not a loser. I'm out there in the big hole trying to catch fish for our family, and she was in my peripheral vision, and then I just lost her. I didn't mean it, honey. I really didn't.
That's what you said about our brother.
Well, our brother, you know, he entered the witness protection program because of drug convictions. I failed to tell you that.
Bo James had been missing. He had been missing for 7 years. And coincidentally, on this particularly bright day that might have been evening, there was a knock on the chamber door, and in walked someone who hadn't been seen in quite some time. It was Bo James Inuit.
Why are you disrupting my chamber?
Huh?
You, the man who just walked into my chamber. Why are you disrupting my chamber? Show yourself, man. Mysterious man,
It's
turn your video on and show yourself.
What?
Bo.
Where am I?
Bo?
You're in the council chamber of LaFontaine, sir,
Yeah.
disrupting a civil meeting.
Is that my brother, Bo?
Bo, is that you? It's Daddy.
Oh,
Bo? Is that Bo? Oh,
Indeed it was Bo
get
James.
him.
indeed it is me. Bo. Indeed.
Well, Bo,
Bo.
I see you. I see you jump ship from the witness protection program.
Shh. What is wrong with you?
I know. I'm an idiot. Your dad's an idiot.
He's
Sorry.
an idiot and a loser.
Said Ella.
All right.
How
Ella.
dare you show
We're
your
gonna
face
have
here again?
I'm sorry to barge into the meeting, but a terrible thing has occurred down at the beach. Terrible, simply awful.
What, Bo?
What
Speak your
was-
piece.
No, don't speak your piece. What was terribly awful? Did you show up at the beach? Is that what was awful?
Oh,
Get
there
out
was,
of here.
it was a massacre. It was awful. I saw it and I can't erase it from my tattooed. There's a tattoo on my brain. It's tattooed on my brain.
Bo.
Just then, Tommy Bellows tried to stop Bo James from speaking.
It's just a massacre. It's terrible. There's blood and bodily functions, fluids, something. I don't know. I thought you all should know. And I thought at some point someone would surely cut me off. But I guess I'm just going to keep blabbering on.
Well,
I think Tommy was going to say something. He looks an awful lot like you, though.
Tommy the
Yeah.
Mayor was going to speak.
Oh. Huh? What?
Bo, do you remember?
Oh!
Yep,
What are you doing in our chambers here?
there he
Mo?
goes.
What are you doing? I saw blood and bodily functions all over everything.
Bo and Tommy, you are making a mess out of this civil court. Now you tell me, as city councilor, what is going on down at that lake?
I'm the
What we
mayor.
need
You
to
can't
do.
speak to me that way.
Yeah,
You
don't
cannot
speak to
speak
my
to me
son that way. Don't
Yeah.
speak to my son that way. I can speak to my son that way. You are
Only I
awful,
can speak
but
to
do
my
not
son.
speak to my
Thanks,
son that
Dad.
way.
The town council meeting was a shambles. Everyone was fighting with each other. And finally, someone had come to a decision. After they all left the room, there was quiet. They had decided in Fontaine, Alaska, that the only way to settle their argument was going to be with a talent show. Yes, Fontaine, Alaska had one of the most beautiful small community theaters ever to be built out of ice. they decided that they were indeed going to put on a talent show, and each one of them would present their own talents. And at the end of this talent show, indeed, there would be one champion who could decide whether they were going to continue to slaughter small furry creatures or live in peace and harmony. So the night of the talent show arrived, and they all gathered in the green room.
You all know you don't stand a chance from me, right? I'm basically a triple threat.
Tommy, why don't you just go hush, okay? And stop threatening everyone here with your malice, all right? We've all got talents that we're gonna show and we're gonna impress people with.
We
I-
could have flown out of here hours ago. All right.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Not over my igloo, you can't.
Stop this hogwash with your igloo. We're gonna fly, and that's that, Tommy.
Oh, I suppose you're just gonna talent your way into convincing me to what? Why?
We're gonna smoke all of you, despite what my brat daughter says.
I'll make you.
Hey, I only speak the truth because you're a big loser.
Said
And you
Ella.
are kind of a loser,
disrespectful
Sammy.
little craphead.
I'll make you a deal. If one of you can prove to me that you are truly talented, more so than I can demonstrate, then I will disengage from the no-fly zone / seal eating is okay city ordinance that I passed earlier.
So, Tommy, you mean to tell me that you're planning on both competing and being the sole judge of the talent show?
That's right.
Not to mention hogging all the bandwidth for World of Warcraft.
Listen, somebody's got to run the server. Obviously, it should be me because I'm in Alaska where I've got no other bandwidth competition.
What about me? I owned your butt on the last crusade.
You told me we
Indeed.
weren't going to talk about that anymore.
Indeed, it was a heated internet virtual fighting game situation where Tommy McDermott and Samuel Inuit had fought each other, but not fought each other with fisticuffs because they were actually afraid of each other, but fought with each other online in an electronic competition.
Is anyone going to say anything? We're all just sort of standing around listening to our own thoughts.
Yeah, well, I got something to say. STFU, noob.
Okay, hey, calm down. Look,
Okay,
I know we're all
okay,
getting
hold
pretty
on.
heated here, but this, keep
right.
the green room civil, please. Don't
I'm
disrespect.
sorry, I meant STHU, as in heck.
Okay,
All
that's
right,
better.
all right. As the matriarch of this community and this family, I feel like I have to say something.
Said
Ah,
Go ahead, honey.
Sonia Inuit.
I'm gonna go and get the fish and I'm gonna cook the dinner for everyone, and then we are all going to appreciate each other's talents before we depreciate each other's talents.
Just
then-
then, a small voice rang out. It was Ella.
Hey, you guys. Maybe instead of competing in a talent show, we all work together to make a show.
There was an audible gasp from all the people in the room,
no!
except for Bo James. He kind of wheezed a little bit.
Ah!
It's okay, Bo. Daddy loves you.
Everyone wondered what Ella had in mind. She elaborated.
Well, see, I thought I've been working on a musical, you see, and I have the lyrics right here. I just thought that maybe we could work on it together and then we could put on a little show for the rest of the village.
That's a terrible idea.
I
That
think
sounds-
it's
I'm
a
the
wonderful
lead.
idea.
What if I'm the lead? Obviously, that would make sense.
It's
I think everyone could
it's
agree.
an ensemble, Tommy. There is no lead.
Well,
It's an ensemble, Tommy.
I passed an ordinance. I'm
You
passing.
can't pass an ordinance
I'm
against
passing an ordinance.
Ensemble Theatrical Works, Tommy.
I am
We are just a little town.
Everyone was
Ah,
amazed by
so
Ella's
like
voice.
to love.
As a matter of fact, Sonia joined in, and all of the people of Fontaine, Alaska, got the idea that little Ella
for
had
most
something.
the year,
Stop it.
and yet we are still
Stop it.
here.
Emma, that's wonderful, honey. Maybe you're not such a brat after all.
Shut up!
Samuel always forgot
Shut
his
up,
daughter's
husband.
name, which was Ella instead of Emma. Samuel always pay attention.
Emma is the seal that Tommy killed.
It was decided that Emma, who was a seal, is never coming back. But Ella was given the role as director and stage manager of the production that would be put on in Fontaine, Alaska. She cast the different roles.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a little bit distracted because it looked like Bo just got taken by a sea nymph.
Yes, indeed, there was a small sea nymph that stuck its head through a brick wall and took Tommy Bellows away.
Yeah, that's happened here before. They kind of haunt the place. Yeah.
Sea nymphs were a common occurrence in Fontaine, Alaska. And when they heard Ella Inuit sing, their spirits arose from deep within Lake Fontaine. And
Look.
indeed,
You can see the northern lights shining brighter than they ever have before.
Let's all sing the chorus together.
Together.
Together on 3,
Wait
Okay.
a minute.
1,
2.
2.
You're all just gonna ignore the dead corpse
Three.
outside the building?
We
We are
Are
on
the wind nymph came through the wall again and removed Tommy forcibly out of in through the brick wall and out the door. And most of the nymphs, there was chewing on bones and quite the revenge for all of the little furry creatures.
Seals and we love.
No, Ella, your singing is bringing the sea nymphs.
Oh, is that a bad thing?
Well, and every time those sea nymphs come, they usually want money, so that's not a good thing.
Wait,
They're picking people off one by one, Samuel. Look, pay attention. Ella's trying to kill us.
Hey, but didn't they just take Bo and Tommy?
Said Larrabee.
Oh.
I mean-
Larrabee.
Seems
Yeah.
like that solved all of our problems, doesn't it? Yeah. All the
Hey.
seals will live, and then you guys can still bring supplies.
Oh.
Look at that, Ella. Well, you're a little problem solver. You're a little bit of a murderer. A little tisk.
Well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right?
Yeah,
honey?
Daddy's a murderer too.
Oh, look
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
Another fine day at LaFontaine filled with laughter and joy and insidious, gratuitous murder.
All right,
Indeed.
I'm just gonna go make some fish.
let's fly this beast out of here. What do you say?
And
Let's do it,
indeed,
Larrabee.
Sonia went back to cook her salted fish. The sea nymphs took away all the bad people. Fontaine, Alaska put on the best show ever in the history of Fontaine, Alaska. And most everyone, but especially the little fur seals, lived happily ever after. Good evening. Scene! Everybody come back on.
Well, that was something. That
It
was
was
fun.
a thing.
That was
It was a
different.
thing. It was a thing.
That was a thing. That was a thing.
The harbor seals in Alaska.
Can we just briefly go over just a couple plot points just
Yeah,
to
let's see
so
what
it's
happened.
clear?
Let's address the plot points so everybody knows where we're at.
So let's
Yeah,
review
Everything
what
seemed watertight to me.
I mean, I think
Did it?
so.
Yeah.
So it started in an igloo, right?
Sure.
A village, yeah.
I think so.
Okay. And they were just hanging out in their igloo. Is that right? Samuel and what's her
Yeah,
face?
we were ice
Yeah.
fishing and with the pick.
and
or hook.
and Sonia or whatever. What was your name? Sonia? Sonia?
I was Sonia.
yeah,
I
you
think
had
Started off
you
as
had
Sam-
an
Yeah.
yeah, you
Sonia
had an
Sandra.
estrogen. Oh, right. You had an estrogen issue of some
Well,
kind.
what was funny,
Yeah.
I
did.
came on as the lighter voice, intended to be the woman. Aaron came on with the deeper voice and established himself as the woman. So
And we both had beards. We
A
both had
feminine-
beards, so I had to explain the lack of estrogen and more
Right.
testosterone.
And then Holly and I were the pilots.
The rugged androgynous pilots.
The rugged, non-gender specific. And then we had Tommy, the lifeguard /
Sure.
self-appointed mayor.
Who lived up to the narrator's promise of being very surly
did.
when the lake was
Yes, he
frozen.
did.
Indeed.
I like
When the lake
that
was
was
frozen.
kept consistent throughout. Yeah.
Turns out he was beating and eating baby seals.
Clubbing seals.
He was clubbing seals and then eating them for nourishment.
I mean,
Right.
in
Yeah.
his defense,
Is what I
they're
gathered.
delicious.
Also, our airplane can carry 50 pineapples at a time.
50.
52
pineapples.
Only
and
50 at a
lemons.
time.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Then there was a town council meeting where we had to work
Yes.
out our issues.
Mhm.
Ella
Mhm.
thinks her father's an idiot.
Oh,
Yes.
I got a daughter that hates my guts.
Yeah,
How
there's some
clever.
issues, some deep-seated issues there. And a long lost brother in the witness protection program. Now,
Who
why was he in
apparently
the?
couldn't speak very well either. I was
No,
taking the plot points out of that one, and it would seem
no.
I had mentioned he was in there for drug convictions or something like.
Which is a very large problem in more rural areas of Alaska.
it's very true.
Yeah.
Drug use
Yeah.
is way up there, apparently.
Yeah, we
Alaska
touched.
PD is good. It's a good show, and they highlight it. Well, 'cause, I mean, what else are you gonna do? That's
We
kind of
touched
the,
on some deep-seated issues.
we really
in
did.
this.
Seal
Yeah,
clubbing,
yeah,
global warming,
yeah.
rampant drug use in rural
Mhm.
Alaska.
Right.
We're
And
progressive.
bringing the town together through community theater.
Which,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is going
We
to
ne-
happen.
Yeah.
we had never established what we were going to perform. I mean, it could have been a musical review. It could have been Cole Porter, you know.
I
but
mean,
Jessica
Ella
came up with her own song.
wrote it. I mean, she's been
did.
working on it for quite some time, and I appreciate you all joining in without having any of the music ahead of time. That was
Sure.
And,
I also very much
That's why we
appreciate the
rehearsed.
nod to classic Grinch movies
and then the
as the
song
town
Yes.
coming together in a
Yes.
chorus. Yeah.
inspired a sea nymph
oh yes,
to come.
and the infamous sea nymph.
Neville, the
The
scene.
scene.
All right, go on.
It'll
Go,
happen.
go away, sea nymph.
Hey, Aaron, I got a question for you. Do we have
I
any
have an answer
comment-
for you.
Do we have any comments or any feedback from the YouTube channel? Does anybody
Hope
have?
not.
I don't know. I just asked. As we were discussing, I literally
How do
just
I
asked,
see?
what were your
Oh,
thoughts?
I can see live chat.
As we sit here and discuss, what do you think is what I asked the group. And I haven't had any responses other than somebody quoting us. It looks like M. Lee, probably Michelle Lee. Hi, Michelle. Saying, and sea nymphs. So I don't know how people actually
Yes.
feel or if they're just lamenting in what we are recounting. So
Any-
folks that are watching, as I've asked in the chat, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this format? What did you think about this storyline? What were your favorite moments? We are here for another probably 5 to 8 minutes. So let us know
Any
will-
idea
below.
how long the actual scene went? It felt kind of like maybe half hour-ish.
About 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's 35, 40 minutes probably total. Angela Rojas, one of our moderators, thank you, Angela, it was very fun format. It was a very fun format. That's great. Thank you.
That's like
I like this. I like
anybody
this format
else?
a lot.
That's like saying
I
that's
really
like saying,
enjoy this
I love
format.
the costumes.
Yeah.
How did
right?
you
It's
remember
like,
all those
I'm not
lines?
I'm not gonna comment on the show because I don't know how it.
You leave
I don't
her
want to
alone.
offend you.
She's being
But
genuine. She's
The
a
format
dear.
was fun.
My
Um,
costume was a dirty napkin that happened to be sitting on the computer
that what
desk
that
next to
was?
me.
Pardon me one
Dirty
moment.
napkin. I had a Disney headband. We have, as far as I can tell, we have 17 watching. So out of the 17 that are watching, if that is true, how many of you had an opinion on? Oh, we got 16 now. I just said that and somebody bailed out. For you. So,
Michelle Lee liked the
what do you guys
format.
think?
Thank you,
The people that
Michelle.
are there, what do you guys think?
Oh,
Very
Joanne's not a
Northern
fan
Exposure.
of baby sea
Oh,
seal clubbing.
Really?
Nobody's
We-
a
I
fan
agree,
of it.
Joanne.
people don't,
I'm
people
not
don't
a
like
fan
seal
of
clubbing.
seal clubbing.
We got a comment that says very
not to
Northern
like?
Exposure, the
Yeah.
Grinch feeling. We were very Grinchy and Northern Exposure. You guys remember that sitcom from the 90s, Northern Exposure, that had
Yeah.
the opening sequence with the moose walking through? That was the feel that we were being told that we had. Keep the format for another time. It's good.
Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Joanne,
I like
Joanne,
this format.
Thank you, Joanne.
Like
Keep
she
it
doesn't
for
want to
another
see
time.
it again. Like keep
Yeah,
it.
she doesn't
for
want to see it
another
right
time.
now. Keep
Keep
it
it-
for another time when I'm
Keep
not
it-
available to watch. That's what Joanne is saying.
I
Oh,
will
we were-
say,
We were attacking the seal clubber, you know.
yeah. Oh, he died
Yeah.
by a sea
You
nymph.
did murder the seal clubber. There was
He was the
justice.
bad guy. Every story needs a bad guy.
So
He's the bad guy.
Liz Kramer, I'd say Kramer. I didn't mean Kramer. Kamer. I'm sorry.
Kramer.
Keimer. Liz said she loved how we think on our feet. It flowed effortlessly. And Liz is also one of the ones that posted our link on her Facebook page because she was enjoying it and wanted other people to watch.
Thank you, Liz.
And
That.
I will say it's
And then Bridget.
it's super weird to
Bridget.
do this without being
Yeah.
in the same room.
It is hard.
Without
Yeah.
having,
You,
Yeah.
without being able to judge or
But you
feel
know
the
what?
energy.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's that whole energy
So-
thing, not only amongst all of us as actors being on stage together, but also not having any of the energy in the room from the audience. So it's a weird. So thank you
Yeah.
guys for sticking with us through this very oddball.
I,
Back up what Jess says 100%. Everybody that's watching us, when you are on stage and you're doing this, we feed off each other's energy in person, and you can feel that. My dog is barking in the background. You feed off each other's energy in person, and also you feed off the energy of the audience. Laughing or not laughing, you can still feel the energy if they're enjoying it or not. And it kind of filters into, and back me up, it filters into your energy as an actor. So you sticking with us on this live stream in this virtual format and giving us your feedback is wonderful. Thank you so much. It's helpful.
It really helps. It really does.
I would say there's definitely room for growth. We could,
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree
we
with
could
that.
stand
John.
to get
I
a
agree
little
with that.
better at this.
Well, this is a completely new format for most of us to do this sort of performance approach in, and it gives us the challenge and the practice
Yeah.
to be able to figure this out. We are at Funky Dog. I'm doing a couple of plugs here. We are doing live improv classes through Zoom. And if you would like to go to the funkydogfl.com site, we have beginning classes and we have intermediate classes still going on. And we still have a lot of fun. The main thing we like to do when we do improv is to have fun. No matter what's going on, we are playing with each other and we're having fun. And if it has to be this environment for a while, we're going to do it because we just have this need to play with each other and to just goof off and have fun. The fact that you guys came to watch makes us feel very warm inside. And so we're going to keep working at it and get better at it. So we appreciate it.
So,
And thank you guys
thank
for
you,
the
Kraz.
feedback. Like
Yeah.
it's really nice and really helpful. It's
Mhm.
appreciate it very much.
And I'm
just
just
one,
going to put a little, go ahead, Pete. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
no, just one thing I wanted to add. I mean, even though the energy isn't the same, with us performing virtually, I still feel it because I love performing with all of you. And I'm just thankful that we're still able to connect with our audience in some way.
Yeah,
Crazy time.
absolutely. We all need that little bit of human touch. I shouldn't have said touch. Human connection. That's what I mean. Oh wait, I
E.T.
changed my
for
screen.
home.
I
E.T. for
changed-
home.
Betty
Change
Bags.
the speed.
One
John, you're
last thing
muted
before we
again.
go.
Gone 3D.
Yeah, too late.
One. Oh my gosh,
Even
my dog
better
is
the
pulling
second
his
time.
chair across the room. One last thing before we go. Recently, within the last couple of weeks, we asked certain fans and people on Facebook to submit drawings to us, and we were going to provide voices to the characters and the cartoons that they provided. Look forward to the next couple, like within the next week or so. Every other day, we have about 7 or 8 different groups of characters that we are going to put out as a video on our Facebook page. And to all of you that might be watching that may have contributed a voice, oh my gosh, he's destroying the chair. All of you that may have contributed a character, we're going to put voices to it, make little videos for it, and have a lot of fun with that. And also on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., our fellow Carol Pussycat, one of our biggest
Say
fans,
feral
is,
our feral pussy.
our feral
Carol
Pussycat.
Pussycat.
The Carol the
sorry.
Feral.
I'm
Carol
sorry,
the
I
Feral
heard my
Pussycat.
name. I'm sorry. Are you talking about me?
There she
Tuesday
is.
nights on 6 o'clock on our Facebook page live. Carol Pussycat will be live giving her thoughts on everyday topics and
That's
other
right. You
things.
better
So
give me
check
a
us
plug.
out. Join in. We appreciate you. We love you. We're going to sign off for now. If you have any other thoughts or feedback, please message us on Facebook or send us an email at funkydogfl@gmail.com. We love you. Thank you so much. We're going goodbye. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Love you.